Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day and had a phenomenal weekend. Quick look here at Solana. This is actually very good. Take a look at this here. It's important to understand. If you didn't catch my analysis from over the weekend, we had a bullish flag pattern forming. And so far, we're only about a day and a half into this, but there's a decent chance we are breaking free from that descending trend and continuing higher from here. Keep in mind there is like a fundamental catalyst here as well. I think one of my members had just posted in our Discord that there's some kind of ETF staking thing coming up here in a couple days, so likely a fundamental catalyst there. But on the same accord, Bitcoin's holding 107K range. Solana's outperforming Bitcoin in the short term. I think we're more likely to see continuation higher here. So let's take a quick look at the back-end liquidation data for Solana and kind of go from there. So when it comes to Solana's liquidation levels, if we look at the macro here, there is some concentrations just above the price at 155, but more so 160, 162, and 170. So those are kind of like three considerations for take profit targets, just based on the simple fact that there's a lot of liquidation in those ranges. But most of the local liquidation has been swept to the upside, and there's late longs at 148. So overall, pretty decent situation. The reason why I feel like Solana's doing better than Bitcoin is, well, mainly because liquidation long delta is high. In other words, we have roughly 2 billion in liquidation long delta right now, telling us that more longs than shorts are in the market. Even before this pump that just happened maybe a few minutes ago, we saw right around 1 to 2 billion in liquidation long delta, basically just telling us there's more longs than shorts, and that's always a good sign. Once more, to reiterate, 146 to 147 is that point of control here locally. If the price happens to come back down to that level, that'd be a solid consideration for a long. So take a look here at the daily time frame, recognizing this here, we're above the 20-day SMA. We still got the 50 above us, so we have some resistance coming up in the 160 to 165 range. But overall, the macro looks solid here. We're over 50 on the RSI, unlike other coins in the market. Money flow index is fairly low, but the volume is always going to show a little off based on the fact that we have a significant descending trend here, okay? So there's a lot of selling pressure. Money flow index gets a little weird. The key takeaway here is that the volume isn't super high, so you want to be kind of cautious taking a late long right now. But I think with that fundamental catalyst and the fact that we're outperforming Bitcoin is a very, very good, strong start here. Take a look at the 4-hour time frame. We can recognize here as well. We're over all moving averages. This was happening even before this pump had just occurred, so there's a solid chance we do continue further higher here. And then if we take a look here at MACD, we got an MACD FU, as well as staying above 50 in the RSI. Money flow index is above it. These are all tried and true consistent signals letting us know that a long makes a lot more sense than a short. So try not to be that person that's trying to short this coin that's pumping just because it's the only one that's doing so today. That means it's probably going to go higher and shorts are going to get squeezed out. So it's just not a good market to try to short right now at this point for this coin. I would recommend considering taking profits in the 165 to 175 range. We have a macro resistance at 185. So just know every $10 roughly from 155 to 185, we have significant areas of concentration. So that's kind of where we're at there. I'll post our playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord so you can see that. And I do want to say thanks again for being an amazing part of my life. Don't forget to like the videos, folks. I always forget to ask and people forget to do it. It's normal. But if you can get in the habit of doing that every single video, really help grow the channel. It's crazy how many positive comments I get and how low of likes I get. It's just weird to me. Anyways, thanks again. Join us over at Bitunix too if you want an awesome exchange, no KYC or VPN required. All that's linked down below. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks so much for your time. We'll see you soon.